Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Got Adam Root on. He's the Chief Technology Officer and co-founder of HipLogic. I like that name, hiplogic.com. This is how you spell it. It's HIPLOGIQ.com. How are you doing there, Adam?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Doing great. Hey, tell us, give us your elevator speech.
Okay, so HipLogic has two products, Social Compass and Social Incentive, that do the same thing, just different target audiences. One is for enterprises and advertising agencies, that's Social Compass. And the other one, Social Incentive, is for small business owners. What applications do is they listen for buying signals on Twitter and allow you to send a consumer a coupon and then incentivize that consumer to share that coupon on social media.
Wow. How do you incentivize them?
You know, it's up to the small business owner or the agency managing the client, but usually it's a cash offer. So let me give you an example. Okay, I'll walk you through it. Let's say someone is going out there and they tweet, hey, man, I need caffeine like the Kardashians need attention. A small business owner, let's say a coffee shop, would go out there, use our app to respond to that conversation and say, hey, man, get a free cup on us. Come by our coffee shop. Embedded in that tweet would be a little link where a consumer could put in their name and email address, and the software will automatically send them a coupon where they can bring that into the store. A couple days later, they'll get another email from the software that says, hey, share this on Facebook and Twitter. For every time you do share it and your friend takes advantage of the coupon, we'll give you $1. And the software will automatically wire them $1 to their bank account.
That's just ridiculous. I like that idea.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's just incredible.
Yeah, well, and you know, it actually works, which is great because, you know, we were recently featured in Adweek for our campaign with Papa John's where we had a 58% conversion rate on
That's incredible.
their offer, which was, for a 50% off offer on their pizza. So basically half off pizza had a 58% conversion rate doing exactly what we just kind of outlined.
Well, you know, by the way, I went to Abilene Christian University. I wish we had gotten you to become a Wildcat instead of Oklahoma Christian University guy.
Yeah, you know, I've heard great things about that university. I had some friends that graduate from there, but I'm a Oklahoma boy, born and bred.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, and apparently quite the entrepreneur. You'll probably end up in the San Francisco area eventually, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, you know, actually I split most of my time between Dallas, where we currently are, and where our investors are in New York.
Uh-huh.
And I usually go to the Valley about once a month.
I figured that. It'll be more frequent as time goes by. Just watch. So tell me about the where'd you come up with the idea? On the one hand, it's so incredibly obvious, not to diminish what you came up with. But on the other hand, it's like, wow, it's like one of those things that people say, wouldn't it be cool if we could ... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because we came up with the idea back in 2008. And we started off as a digital agency doing web design and SEO and traditional things like that. But we realized there's this huge opportunity in social media to really just turn a typically used as an engagement platform into a conversion platform. And that's where we just figured that that's what small business owners need. They need something that gets dollars in the cash register, not something that's going to get them likes and follows. And that's where we created the idea.
I love it. I love it. I mean, you can't quantify likes and follows very well. People try, but you can't do much with that. So what year were you in college when this happened?
You know, I graduated in 2006. You know, and so I was out of college. I started this business called Root & Madison with one of our other co-founders, Lindsay Madison, which was that interactive agency. Did that for a couple of years, and you know, right after college, I worked as a web developer and did some other things that bounced around at agencies before I jumped ship and started Root & Madison. And then we officially changed the name to Social Compass back in 2010 once we started getting traction with the app. And then we closed, as you probably read, we've closed now about $12 million in funding to really get this out and get it into the marketplace.
Right, and so you're not in the black yet, but this is not unusual. You're still in the funding space. You got to get enough saturation out there to make that happen.
Well, I think that's where we're really unique. And just to give you a high level, it's not just going out there and being basic listening software like Hootsuite or anything else. Those are great products, but where we're really unique is we're really focused on those buying signals. So we have about 15 patents filed and 3 issued on our machine learning algorithms that really make us stand out from our other social media listening software apps out there.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Very interesting. $12 million in funding. That's pretty credible, to say the least. And I noticed. And so you got a CEO. How did he get involved with it? Bernard Parisi.
Bernie. I met very serendipitously. He lived in the apartment building where I lived. But I lived in the smallest floor plan there was and probably the cheapest rent, and he lived in the penthouse. He was one of the co-founders of Kinko's. Well, I was meeting him at the elevator, and I said, hey, man, do you need a website? I was trying to pay my rent. And he said, I don't need a website, but I need someone to come and install my TV. And so I was poor. I needed the money, so I went and installed his TV. Afterwards, he asked me, how much do I owe you? I said, listen, man, clearly you know what you're doing. How about instead of that giving me cash, you meet with me for 3 weeks, mentor me on this social media marketing app idea I have, and help me really get the business plan going so I could get funding. At the end of the 3 weeks, he wrote me a check for $200,000 and helped us really get up and running with the business.
Wow, that's fantastic. Adam Root has been our guest. He's with hiplogic.com. Hiplogic.com. Let me make sure I get that spelling out for you. hiplogiq.com, hiplogic.com. Adam, thanks so much for being with us. We're going to get you back on in the future.
Okay, thanks so much, man. Have a good one.
You too. Keep up the good work. All right, when we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you you're listening to The Price of Business on Business Talk 1110 AM KTEK.